But it is very important that the other part sees you. You think you're seeing yourself? No. You could never see your own face, neither your shoulders. Even your own body from the back will not be able to be seen. You cannot see yourself. And if you do not see yourself, you are not complete. Therefore, you need the reflection to see you. I repeat, you need that reflection to see you. So it's very important that you are honest with yourself, strip down as much as you can. Tell them your story. I like to record this, a simple event that takes place in my life, but illustrates something very important to me, to all of us. I was asking a property agent to help me to rent out a property. But what is happening is that, as usual, I would say, the property agent, in trying to get a tenant to rent my property, will tend not only to influence the tenant about the beauty of my property to rent it, but also will influence me to accept the deal from the tenant. So in the process of this, while listening to the property agent, I am actually compromising or altering my conditions for rental, so that he would be able to complete the deal for me and that he will be able to get his commission. If I actually rent out the property myself and be my own property agent, would it be better in the sense that I would be able to meet my conditions and I would be able to get the tenant that I want? And if it doesn't happen, so be it. If it turns out that the tenant can follow my conditions and I can meet to the requirements of the tenant, then the agreement will take place. But because the property agent is in the transaction, his intention is different. His intention is merely to close the deal. And so he's, in a way, forcing the tenant, forcing me as well, to accept the deal by his arguments and persuasion. What is happening? Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't be getting a property agent. No. All I'm trying to say is that when we interact with other people, and the more people there are in that interaction, everyone with his own intention, everyone with his own will, you probably find that you will never meet the needs of your own self. There's a whole lot of compromises in the process, nothing wrong with that, but a lot of sacrifices are required in the process of it. Many times in our life we think that in dealing with others we can push our way through, and that the other party may also need to push its way through. But that's the cost of interaction. In this world of space-time that we lived in, there is this inevitable suffering. And it's not possible for us to avoid that. We need only to be armed with sacrifices, a willingness to sacrifice ourselves, a willingness to accept people as they are, a willingness to forgive, a willingness to see from the other person's point of view. All these requirements, all these conditions, all these qualities are not easily obtainable, but we have to learn them. But hold on. In all my previous videos, I have emphasized that if you seek to find something from space-time, it will never truly meet your own desire. That's right. You have to influence space-time as well. And the process of it is that your own desires would somewhat be tilted away. If you truly want to be yourself, you may want to withdraw from space-time itself You may want to go back to where you are, sit at times half naked or fully naked, and meditate, perhaps. But then if you're doing that all the time, are you missing something from the world? Yes, you would be. Because you would not be participating in the world affairs. And what would happen? You'd just be in the mountain and accomplishing nothing. So in other words, my emphasis in this video is that to live in this world is necessary. But at the same time, to be myself is also necessary. There's no such thing as withdrawing completely out of the world. Neither is there such a thing as completely immersed in the world and forgetting yourself. It's not an easy thing. To bring union of two components, the world and me, not an easy union. And that's why it is written in the Torah, metaphorically, that's right, and the man felt alone. And what happened? God brings animals all around to see him, but he wasn't satisfied with animals. So finally, what did God do? God had to put the man to a sleep zone. And then in that sleep, the man saw the woman, who is actually the reflection of himself. But Adam was wise enough to see flesh of my flesh, bones of my bones. When Adam could see that, Adam found a union of two components. That's right. A union between me and the world which is a reflection of me. And in that union, what did God say? Yes, you have become one flesh. It is all written metaphorically. Of course it is husband and wife, but it's not just about husband and wife. It's written metaphorically. It's about being able to meet and to find union with your own reflections. That's right. That's a very important thing. I tell you why. Because if you are walking in this world, who is going to see you walking? Can you see yourself? You cannot. You cannot see your own face. Neither can you see the upper part of your shoulders. You can't do that, right? So who's going to see it for you? That's right. Space-time is going to do it for you. The other guy, your reflection, is going to see it for you. So you need the other person to see it for you. Without the other person to see you, you are not complete as well. Get it straight, you are not complete. So those people who advocate the idea to run away into a mountain to live cannot work. You need to interact with people. People who will see you from the other side, who will see your face and your shoulder. That's right. So that's the important thing about it. And of course, most of the time you are dressed up when they see you. But actually, in truth, it is better if you strip yourself when they see you. Why? So that you can find total union with your reflection. That's the secret. You see, my good readers, you are totally not aware of the secret of life itself. Many a times you were told that space-time interaction is important, which is very true. You were told that you have to interact with people, for otherwise you find yourself in a very sad position. Very true. But you must not forget yourself. That's the hardest part again, which is part of my video. Don't forget I am. But at the same time, while you're trying to get to the I am, you must not forget your reflections. You must not forget the world. Wow, it's a very delicate interaction. An interaction which I've journeyed all these years. you need to discover how to interact with others. Nobody can help you, I would guess. You have to try it out. Yes, that's right. You have to try it out. In interacting with others, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of forgiveness, there's a lot of going into it from the other person's perspective have to be done. You cannot be a person pounding another person's will. In interacting, you must interact. But interacting, you have to be faithful. But at the same time, you got to be aware of I am. Gosh, is that a very difficult thing? Of course it is a very difficult journey. That's why it may take many, many lifetimes before you discover I am that I am. Read the holy books if you want. Follow my videos. There are many, many secrets out there, and as you attempt to do it yourself, you'll find that happiness within. But remember this, you must not be afraid to strip down. I'm not referring to your dress as well. I'm referring to the ability and the willingness to share your private life with others. I'm not talking about the erotic aspect or the sexual aspect. No, nothing of that. Share your private lives. For example, you like this, you like that, what is your hobby? And share with them honestly. Do not deviate from your true will and your true feeling. Don't share with them hiding your feelings. You have to share with them honestly and discover yourself in the process. You have to do that because, as I said in this video, the reflection is required so that the other part of you can see you, so that you can be whole. So before I close this video, I want to emphasize, it is very important that the other part sees you. I know you are not convinced about that, but it is very important that the other part sees you. You think you're seeing yourself? No. You could never see your own face, neither your shoulders. Even your own body from the back will not be able to be seen. You cannot see yourself. And if you do not see yourself, you are not complete. Therefore, you need the reflection to see you. I repeat, you need that reflection to see you. So it's very important that you are honest with yourself. Strip down as much as you can. Tell them your story, your true story of your life. That's right. And find happiness in being known as well as to know. There is no other way. There is no other way. There are a lot of thoughts that come into your mind, even right now. You'll be asking yourself, can I just simply be with other people as I am gently and don't tell much about myself because people don't want to know about me? You are being dishonest. Why? Because you have just rationalized yourself. People want to know about you in as much as you want to know about themselves. Because you're afraid to remove the covering that covers you. You rationalize and say that people don't want to know about me. Foolish. I have to say that. It's a very hard statement, but you got to know that. Allow your reflection to see you. And only in this way, the man and the woman will become one flesh. And I'm very sure if you are a Christian, you will immediately retort me, and you will say, you misinterpreted the Bible. It only means man and woman. It doesn't mean other things. I leave that to you. Follow my videos, discover more truths about me and the world.